The world is healing. It's correcting course, and finally, after so long going the right way again, after years of hopelessness, despair, pain, we finally get a glimmer of hope. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying everything is fixed. Far from it, in fact, but it's going in the right direction. I'm going to speed run all the things that make me feel like things are going in the right direction again. Okay? So, one, the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro, has been captured. The people of Iran have risen up and are revolting against their corrupt government. Deception is being brought to light in the form of fraud, illegal immigration, and the globalist agenda. Doing wrong is finally being called out and no longer ignored or supported. People are speaking out against evil, and it feels like evil's on the retreat. It makes me feel good to be a God-fearing American again. And if you don't like what I just said, if you're appalled thinking that all those things are bad, then you're the problem. You're the mouth-breathing, low-IQ foot soldier of the globalists who've brainwashed you. Your literal retardation through the public school system has conditioned you to be a little obedient peasant that can't use critical thinking. Because if you did, you'd see through their lies. You're only a first-order thinker who's incapable of creating your own thoughts and relies solely on headlines for your opinions. So yes, you are the problem, and I pray that you wake up and realize you're on the wrong side because your soul depends on it. Anyways, back to today's video. So let's start with the news that shook the world. The US kidnapped the president of Venezuela. Like, this is insane. Global powers that have heavy influence in Venezuela, like Iran, China, and to some extent Russia, have literally been put on notice. Trump was like, "Look, Nicholas, little Nick, I don't like you running drugs into my country and doing bad things. And if you don't stop, I'll have to do something no one's ever seen before." And then little Nick had the sheer audacity to be like, "Come and get me." And Trump was like, "Bet." Major cyber attack, took out all the lights, air, naval, and land forces, destroyed the country's air defense systems. The D-boys rolled deep with the Night Stalkers, proceed to kidnap the dude in the middle of the night out of a heavily armed military base, and then aura farm in pictures with the kidnapped president. This gives me chills. Like, holy crap. And we didn't lose any lives or military equipment. Undisputed W. Now, at the same time, we have an ongoing revolt in Iran that is literally across the entire country as of the making of this video. People chanting women, life, and freedom in response to the corrupt Islamist government mishandling economic and social issues. The police are joining the movement, and it looks like this is going to be successful. Not to mention, there's been a massive explosion of Christianity in Iran over the past few years, no doubtedly led by the Holy Spirit, absolutely. The next hopeful thing is fraud, corruption, and malicious activities being brought to light. Things like nickshirley exposing the Somalian fraud scam in Minnesota. Allegedly $9 billion of taxpayer money stolen from fraudulent business activity. It's insanity. As a result, other states have now started to speak out, like Maine, Ohio, California, and Georgia. It's not okay. And if you think it is, you're literally retarded. It is what it is. Sorry, you're just a first-order thinker. Anyways, so things that were right were called wrong, and things that were bad were called good. But that's starting to change. And thank goodness. And you know why? It's because the truth speaks for itself. You just have to show the truth. And of course, the evil people like the media and the globalists are spinning it how they can to make their retarded mouth-breather foot soldiers riled up. Like, these people are so stupid and brainwashed that they're protesting against Nicolas Maduro, an actual dictator and tyrant being brought to justice, guys. They're protesting against a tyrant and a dictator being brought to justice. It's funny because these are the No Kings protesters protesting in support of an actual dictator. It's retardation. And, you know, Why I think we're going in the right direction? It's partially because it feels like 2015 or 2016 again. It feels like the great meme war during that election where people finally had enough. People like Nick Fuentes don't care about being called a Nazi or any number of cringe SJW cancel culture terms because it means nothing. It's literally just an appeal to people's emotions to want to fit in and not self-alienate. But we know that, and we don't care. We're calling you out on your BS. That's why these people mindlessly chant and can't hold an actual conversation. Another great thing, which I talked about in a previous video, is the increase in the Crusader sentiment, a Christian nationalist surge. This is wonderful. Like, society would be so much better if people applied the 10 Commandments. Like, you'd have to be a low IQ individual to think otherwise. Like, don't steal, don't kill, don't lie, don't envy. Who in their right mind disagrees with that? You're demonically oppressed if you disagree. Yeah, you've got demonic forces that have taken over your mind if you think the 10 Commandments are bad. America is a Christian nation. No debate about that. It was created that way in the Constitution and required by the majority of the original states to be a proclaimed Christian to hold office. And I'm seeing major figures say this, finally, like Patrick Bet-David from the PBD podcast. And he's right. John Adams, one of our founding fathers, literally stated, "Our Constitution was made only for a moral and religious people. It is wholly inadequate to the government of any other." Bro literally said you have to be Christian for America to work. And people are finally realizing this. The melting pot is a myth. America is a salad. Immigrants aren't assimilating. They're creating their own communities in America with different cultures and social systems. It can't work because too much diversity leads to chaos. Good people are getting fed up. Fed up for working hard and seeing their tax dollars wasted on illegal immigrants and illegitimate refugees and freeloaders. And it's not just America. People all across Europe are pissed off too. They understand that the globalists have intentionally put immigrants into these countries to destabilize their countries and create a larger voting bloc to take control. We don't want it, and we won't have it. Ever wonder why other first world countries like, I don't know, some of the Asian ones like Japan, Korea, even Russia, don't allow huge waves of immigrants? They don't. Weird. Yeah, it's because they're not fucking stupid. They know it will disrupt the country, and it's a net negative. So yeah, the world's finally going in the right direction. And it has a long way to go. And you know what? I think the Holy Spirit's moving hard. Holy Spirit is riding around the block right now. He's making it easier to spot the wheat from the chaff, the good and the bad. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I think we need to stay vigilant and remain in Jesus Christ, because He is King. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it gave you a glimmer of hope, because I do truly believe we're going in the right direction. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments, and remember, Jesus really does love you. May the peace of the Lord be with you always, and I'll see you in the next video.